What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Wish everyone good vibes out there. I'm AG, your host. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you all for listening. And unfortunately, you join me on a night where the Mavs fall to the Detroit Pistons on NBA TV, where they are the solo game of the night, solo NBA game of the night. So any hoop head that loves just watching basketball, or just any fan that really just flips on a game for the night, try to find a game to watch tonight. This is the only game tonight, and this game was seen by everyone. And the Mavericks lose to the Pistons 131 to 125 in overtime, to a Detroit Pistons team without Cade Cunningham, their best player. So again, Mavs lose to not only a team without their best player, but to a very subpar, sub 500 team. Point blank, just Mavs are really messing it up. And I say all the other stuff about it was on national TV. Everybody sees this because this should be this is a disgrace game. This is a shame. This is a disappointment in our season, and this looks bad on everybody from the organization, top on down. Owner, GM, coach, players, everybody didn't do a good job. And you go through each one and make the right steps. Owner, GM not making the right signings, not prioritizing getting a little bit more defensive help, or the third shot creator, whatever you want to call it. The rebounding, they're bringing in the right defensive guys, whatever. And then to the player side, I mean, they did what they could, but defensively, obviously, just not holding up. We were able to put up buckets, 125, but at what expense? Like, at giving up 131 to the Pistons? Like, dog. Like, especially 36 in the first quarter, 38 in the third quarter to them. Like, just ridiculous, man. Like, defense is just so bad for this team. We can't stop anybody from driving in the lane. Let me just go through the game. I have 2-minute game notes, and I go through it real quick. Then we'll get back to the complaints, because this was just a bad game by the Mavs. Luka trying to do everything he can to keep us in this game. We also shot ourselves in the foot with free throws and such. But yeah, just really bad, man. Some guys Tim and Seawood stepped up tonight, but again, just not enough. You can score all you want, but if you can't stop a nosebleed, I mean, it is what it is. You can't stop nobody, especially oh man, it's just a bad loss. Very bad loss for the Mavs. Okay, so we start the game. No Kimba yet, so he's not in. No other injuries or anything besides that. Again, no K for them. First quarter, it was really like a back and forth offensive quarter. As I said, they scored 36. We scored 36. Ends up end of the first, obviously. That was the score. And yeah, they were just kind of. It was just from the get-go, letting guys go by us and not stopping that initial drive. Just kind of being an open door at the first, line of defense, and then that breaks down the whole defense. And we have to scramble and, give credit to them making the right play. And a lot of their guys, it was very even. They were led tonight by Bojan, who had 30. But really a lot of their guys stepped up at different moments. Just like an even scoring amount from all of them, their whole team. They all just stepped up tonight. But Bojan was definitely their leader. Had a big third quarter. I don't know how many points he scored, but a lot of threes in that third quarter. His only missed three was in overtime, and that didn't even matter. So, but anyway, end of the first, who cares? 36-36. It was basically continued into the second quarter. Just the back and forth. The defense wasn't there, but at least we were putting up points back and forth. The Pistons ended up at halftime 61-60. At half, Lucas got 22 and 5. Trying to do everything, muster up to keep us in this game. Third quarter, Bojan, again, as I said, had a big quarter. The defense was really lacking in that quarter. As I said, we gave up 38 to our only scored 29, so that's definitely not good. The Pistons just running great offense, at least getting by the initial defender, getting to the lane, kicking out, get an open shot, three, or getting to the basket, just driving to the lane. Like it was a simple offense that we're doing, and I mean, of course, Bojan just hitting just shots where pass right to him, and he just literally just flicks it right up. Great shooter, of course. Wish he was a Mav, but yeah, good stuff by him, leading this young team, especially without Cade. But yeah, so the Pistons go on to basically a run, 99-89. They were up at the end of the third. Fourth quarter, man, things got a little interesting. Mavs go on a 10-0 run, make it 104-103, and then right after that, the Pistons go on a 10-0 run. So there's the good offense, and then the bad defense just displayed right there. Give it, get a 10-0 run and then give up a 10-0 run. Like terrible. So it's 113-104. Then things come a little bit down to the pike. Mavs actually kind of catch up a little bit and make it. It's 117-109, and Tim hits a big three, make it 117-112. After that, get a stop, come down. Luka gets fouled, gets free throws, right? He misses both free throws at the end of this fourth quarter. I told you the free throws were bad. Free throws were really bad tonight. I'll get into the stats of those later, but free throws really bad. But Luka missed two crucial free throws at the end of the game. They get the offensive board. I don't know who got it, but we got in. I think maybe Dodo tipped it or whatever. But Luka gets it back, and like the announcer said, all's well that ends well. Luka hits a step back three, so it makes up for those free throws plus one. So makes the game 117-115. Mavs only down two. Dallas ends up getting a stop on the next Pistons possession with Alex Burks missing a mid-range jumper with Maxey contesting. Then the next play down, it's a big play. Luka gets doubled. Maxey gets the pass in the middle of the court, has to make the play and finds a cutting Reggie Bullock to the basket. He was cutting underneath the basket, and he was cutting. Usually you see Reggie by the three, but he cut to the basket. Maxey made a great pass down low to Reggie, and he was able to make the reverse layup, tie it up 117. And then the final possession, Mavs just played a great defense, and they forced overtime, forced a bad shot, made them have to throw it up and whatnot. And there was like diving on the floor and all this stuff. So and time ran out. Thought there was plenty of time, but that time went out real quick, and so there was overtime. Definitely a note hit there at the end, and in overtime, Seawood was finishing the game and starting. So I like that, giving them some reps up in there, but. It just sucks that we weren't able to finish it off, make good defensive plays to get a stop, which that could be put on a lot of players. To be honest, it was just not a good all around effort defensively. Uh, Anyway, in OT, we start off with Luka making two layups, and then right after that, Tim gets another layup after he got an offensive rebound. So Mavs were up 123-119. It seems like okay, Mavs kind of got a little bit of the momentum going, and it just kind of fell apart from there. It ends up being 123-122. They come down and score, and then this play happens 123-122. They double Luka. Luka gets it to Maxey. Maxey looks, and Tim is supposed to be in the corner like he normally is, a spot up three. And Maxey's looking at the corner, and it's just like an automatic instinct to like, oh, Tim should be right there in the corner. And he goes to throw it. But the thing is, Tim was cutting towards the basket, like towards a defender. There was no defender out by the three-point line. Tim was cutting in towards the defender instead of staying out by the three-point line. So Maxey throws it away. People can say what they want on that play, but it definitely wasn't on uh, Maxey. I mean, well, definitely. I guess you could say what you want about the play, but Tim should have been in the corner. He should have been in the corner. Maxey shouldn't have thrown it, but he was thinking Tim should have been in the corner because he should have been in the corner. And Tim definitely shouldn't have cut. He should have stayed by the three. He was shooting it well tonight, or not super well, but I mean, he had 20-something points. And so just another three would have been the clincher right in the corner. But again, he was cut towards the basket, towards the defender, by the way. So it didn't even make sense to cut, and messed it up. which messes. I don't know. I don't understand the whole why he was cutting on that play. Hopefully they ask him. We get a quote from that. I don't know why he started cutting on that play, but bad play right there, and that really just messed things up. Because then right after that, Ivy comes down the court, makes it. It gets a three. So the Pistons go up right after that, 125, 123. Lucas Seawood had a pick and roll for one of the few times. I don't know why we're not running more pick and roll with them too, but they finally run a pick and roll and it works to perfection. Seawood gets a driving dunk to tie the game. But as I said, things fell apart because then Hayes comes down. These Killian Hayes uh, hits a three. Would I think it was Timmy or whatever, but he was just all up in his grill. I can't get mad at the defense. Defense was like really all up in his face, and Hayes just hits a three right in his eye. And it toilet bowl goes in too. It even like swish it. It toilet bowled in. It hit all part of the rim. Even touched the backboard. Then it went in. But just to measure it up, he's like, "Oh, y'all thought that was luck." Comes back down. Mavs miss obviously. Then they get a possession, and he hits another one right on Tim. Like Tim again, all up in his face. And it's after Tim missed a three, and then it comes down. And he hits Hayes hits another three again on Tim, and puts the game 131, 125. Mavs call timeout with less than a minute left. Not that much time left. Probably less than 30 seconds after that. And then what happens after a timeout trying to get a good shot? How about just getting the ball in? They steal the inbound pass. We couldn't even get the inbound pass in. They stole it. They come down. They missed. And we get something to sum up the whole game. We get a miss on that. They steal that inbound. We get a miss. Then when Seawood pushes up, you've got a wide open Maxi down there to go ahead. Like he's wide open. He passes up to him, and he has a wide open dunk to put this at a 131 127 game where all of a sudden we turn into a little bit of a free throw match. Try to hit a three going forward. Well, he goes up to dunk it, which he doesn't even get up high enough to dunk it. So that could be another thing by him just getting older. And he tries to just go ahead, all right, I'm going to just try and put it in, even though he couldn't get up high enough to two-hand dunk it. So he's like, all right, let me just try and two-hand lay this up while I'm up here. And he fucking toilet bowl misses that shit, man. It was terrible. It was just summed up the whole night. And so it goes out and they get it. I think there was like 6, 7 seconds left. And they just dribbled the time. We just like, all right, like we can't even make a wide open fucking fast break dunk. Like we're done. And that ends the night and the Mavs lose. And yeah, that's pretty much it of that. Let me just go ahead and get into these notes, man. The offensive rebounds and points in the paint killed us. As I said, we couldn't stop anybody from driving past us. And they were just getting to the paint. Rebounds killed us. I don't even want, let's read the rebound stat because both those were terrible. Key rebounds, but man, they just killed us on rebounds. I'm all about key rebounds, but they just killed us in rebounds is what I was trying to say. They had 52 rebounds to our 30, out rebounded us by 22. Offensive rebounds, they had 13 compared to our 4. So again, they were 13 offensive rebounds, just unacceptable, man. You gotta like just box out your own guy. Like I don't understand like basic principles are not being preached out there. It's obvious, and then obviously we're not stopping the initial attack of the offense. Like the driver, anybody who drives on it is going to be able to do what they want, get to the lane, or at least attack the defense enough to where they're drawing everybody and be able to make an easy kick out pass for a three. Like it's so terrible right now. Turnovers are all the same. Everything's good. Points in the paint, they have 54 points in the paint compared to our 44, but 54 for them, unacceptable. Just not stopping guys. Just not good stuff. We ended up letting them score 54% from the field, shoot 42, basically 43% from the three. They were just getting great looks, good shots. And then we're going to talk about free throws. They missed a lot of free throws, but we missed even more. I think we're the number one team at getting, or one of the top teams at just getting to the free throw line. But we're like one of the last teams and making them. And tonight was a big emphasis on that. We were 14 of 29 from free throws tonight. 48% as a team. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, can't happen. That's I don't even know statistically how that can happen. Like how many times that has happened. That's so crazy. Just bad. Uh, yeah, free throws. The only other point, Seawood, he had a great game tonight. I haven't gotten into the stats yet, but Seawood, great game against his old team. I wish he would. I think he can get even more buckets if he just learns to set better screens. It's like sometimes he like avoids the contact, and the whole point of a screen is to make the contact. And if you make the contact, you even get yourself more wide open for either the roll or the pick and pop. Like, I don't get it. It's something to help his own game. He thinks, it's like just spending that extra effort will even help your own game, not even Luca or whoever the ball handler is. So just him setting screen and being more aggressive. I love Seawood being aggressive. I wish he would just be aggressive and attack anybody. No, even if it was Joel Embiid down there, just attacking him like something. I just want to see more aggressive Seawood like he was tonight against his former team. He had 25 points tonight, 8 rebounds, 10 to 13 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3, 4 or 6 from free throw line though, but 3 assists. Like he had a good solid game. Defensively, wish see a block or two in there or a steal. But I mean, just a solid game. Just wish we get him a little bit more involved, just like pick and rolls and stuff. But good stuff from him. Luca, as I mentioned, 35 points tonight, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, to continuing his great steals game. 13 to 25 from the field, 7 to 14 from 3, 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Not good. But good stat line, normal Luca game. But if you're watching the game, he was literally doing everything to keep us in this game throughout this whole thing. Remember, there was one point where we were down and he had to hit 2 back-to-back threes, and we finally took a lead and stuff. It's like he has to do everything just to keep this team in it. Not enough help as usual. Especially this game just showed the defensive side. We just couldn't get a stop. These guys are not, Reggie's the Reggie, the Tim Hardaways, just Dwight Powell at center. Like we're not getting the stops that we need. We're forcing it, maybe we're supposed to and funnel it into the middle, but we don't have that shot blocker there to finish it off. Or as I said, the initial break of the defense. We're open doors. We're letting the guy just go right by us every single time. So can't have both of those things happen all the time. It's a bad defensive mix, and it ends up in a disaster like the Mavs look tonight on defense. Dodo didn't have a big. Oh, let me go. Luca. Already finished Luca's game, but let me go into Tim Hardaway's game. He had I'd say solid, but decent to solid game. He had 26 points. Keep us in it. Just wish he would make more. He had a lot of wide open that he misses too. He was 9 of 20 tonight, 6 of 14 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So even he missed 2 free throws. He had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals though, and even a block. So that good stuff. No turnovers. That's good. But defensively, of course, liability, and then just miss a lot. He takes a lot of shots, but he misses a lot of wide open ones. It's so frustrating as a fan if you're watching. Dodo only 3 attempts. You got to take more. We got to see more shots from Dodo. Please, while you're out there, just take more threes. Especially, I feel like he's one of those guys. Him, Maxi, and Reggie hesitate way too much. And when y'all are in a slump, y'all do not need to be hesitating. Y'all just need to stop thinking and just shoot like Tim Hardaway. Take some of his shots away, please. And especially y'all need the bump too. Everybody's taking shots, so might as well y'all get y'all shots off too. Stop hesitating. Dwight Powell doing what he can. Of course, his little T-Rex arms. He can't. He's staying in front, but you can't, stop all the guys finishing right over him. Spencer, wow, I just realized Spencer's terrible game tonight. Spencer had a really bad game tonight. Only 2 points. We can't have that. You can't be the second guy, and we go against the Pistons, and you only go 2 attempts. He only took 2 attempts. How do you only take 2 attempts? I don't. That's unacceptable too, Spencer. That's terrible, man. 0 of 2, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 4 free throw line. Only 2 points, 6 assists though. I like the playmaker, but dude, only 2 attempts. We can't have that, dude. Dude. You got to get at least double-digit attempts up. What is going on? I don't. Just weird game all around for the Mavs. Looking at it now, Max Klebe off the bench.
solid. I mean, at least I think he was probably the most solid that I've seen of everyone. Besides, Seawood did pretty good, and Seawood and Luka solid offensively. Cleveland both sides of the ball solid, most solid because he had 10 points, 4 of 8, 2 of 5 from three, and 4 blocks. So Max was out there doing a thing. Uh, Reggie tonight, defense not good, not there. 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from three, only 6 points, 4 rebounds, a steal. Josh Green has some good minutes. I think Josh Green honestly has earned some of. I think they're gonna start switching. I don't even know who take the minute. They got to start sucking away these minutes from Tim, Maxi, and Reggie and giving them to Green and Dodo at least. Like taking away some of their minutes and giving them to Green because Green needs at least 20 minutes a game to me, in my opinion. At least with how this team's looking, he should be getting a minimum 20 minutes a game. I like that just the energy and stuff he brings out there. Even though sometimes on defense he gets a little open door, but I know he could still play very very aggressive defense. I wish he could give him some more minutes because he plays so hard. Want to give him some more chances like that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Bertans got 3 minutes, got a little run, nothing much, didn't hit anything. Uh, did get fouled on a three, missed one of the free throws, so 2 or 3. Even top, it was just bad all around for the Mavs. Let Bojan get 30 on us. Killian Hayes got 22. Marvin Bagley had 19. Like, come on, off the bench. Of course, you had Ivy, which is crazy. I thought he was starting, but they bring him off the bench now. Had 16. Their Durant, their center off the bench had 11, and then Alex Burks on the bench had 10. Like they just evenly distributed their scoring. They were just all great all around offense. Just a full team effort for them at least. Uh, for the Mavs, this is terrible. We are now 1-8 on the road. 1-8 record on the road. That's just bad. We can't have this. This is a definitely uh, terrible mark in this season because this showed, and especially since it was like the only game on tonight, it showed how the Mavs just don't play defense and we don't get up for the lower teams. So now in turn now we are part of the lower teams. We are 10-11 now. So hopefully this front office is about to make some moves because this can't go on forever because Mavs are coming up on a very tough stretch and we need some type of help in ASAP. Sadiq Bey, I don't think got too much runs. So maybe they are looking to shop him or something. We'll definitely take his defense and stuff. So maybe he can hit some shots for us. But anyway, definitely cry out for the front office to make some moves. The defense is just terrible. Especially we play next game is Saturday, the 3rd, December 3rd. We play at New York. It's the Knicks. It's 11:30 a.m. start time, so get ready for that 11:30 a.m. start. If we lose this one at New York, after we just lost at Detroit, with everyone healthy, super panic. But right now, this loss tonight should be disgrace, semi panic mode. If we lose again Saturday, I can go ahead call it panic mode because the season might go off the railings. I don't want to say that. I still feel very confident, but just the way everyone's playing right now, the shooting, the defense, it's not looking so good. And again, I know I have the thing where you got to wait. We were 16-18 last year. It wasn't good, and we turned things around, but we can't always depend on that. We got to show better stuff. This is the team. I don't see like the major trade happening, like a Porzingis trade that kind of sparks some things. So like we got to get a third dude in here. We got to get some defense. We got to make sure guys block out, and it's not all about getting all the rebounds. But man, if we could just box out our own guy and get more rebounds, it would help us moving forward. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm done rambling on this shit. It was a shitty ass game. Another, what would you say, piss poor loss. Yeah, that's it. So if you want to follow on Twitter at Mavs_rundown. This podcast is free on YouTube if you didn't know. If you're on YouTube listening, it's also on Spotify. Yo, I'm AG. Thanks for listening, everyone. Remember, cool heads prevail, and I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.